Yes, it's Easter Bunny Day, but not as we know it. It's lockdown in Pembrokeshire. I'm a key bin man, I am. I've just been checking this bin. Luckily enough, nobody's here and nobody has emptied the bin.
These are very big worries and anxiety about the finances coming down.
A lot of worry and a lot of financial problems ahead, isn't there, I guess? But then, who's going to get the bill? Must probably be me, actually. I'm sure somewhere along the line I'll get the bill anyway. So, the phone is removed. Oh, that must be turning the radio off. So yeah, 7 days I've done. It's a bit like being in prison, really. And now I'm going to have 7 days off. So I'm really quite excited about that. And the idea about working on the expedition ship. And I'll do some broadcasts from Taidamu, the expedition ship, next. So yes, it's sort of interesting. Doing a lot of research on other programs and other channels. One thing I do find is I've got beautiful views on mine. Now I've been looking at some really very popular channels of banality. And I know actually looking at what is the problem, and I've always been good at pointing out what is the problem. Well, basically burning fossil fuel. The reality is there is some kind of cynicism, or sinister, should we say, sinisterness undertones on our society. And you can see them. It's not obvious. We're free, but we've got the most restricted press in the world in some ways. We've got the BBC, which is really quite weird channel. Then we've got a lot of make up and make believe things, which is great in some ways, but you can't really take David Icke seriously. And also we're sort of awakening at the same time as well. So I look at a lot of these things. There's one millionaire, and she's talking when I'm doing my research for an hour and a half. And me and my wife looked at it and thought, she's really popular, this lady, and she's made a lot of money. She had a health problem. We gather that. We don't quite know what it was, but we didn't really want to know what it is. And we didn't actually do the whole hour, but we skipped through it. And we both looked at it and said, what was that all about? Yet she had about 1 million views. To be fair, most of them are saying, glad you're better. So then I think to myself, well, okay, so what we have is a society which is based on things which are really, really boring become really, really popular. Things which have no sense become popular, which I guess is escapism. I'm not sure. The idea which I want to put forward is that to say, okay, well, basically we've got to get rid of all fossil fuel. We've got to work out why we appear to always be slightly right-wing, why Boris Johnson can never do anything wrong. We've got Keir Starmer's now. Well, basically, I think he works for MI5. He vilified Jeremy Corbyn, tried to belittle him. Now, Jeremy Corbyn, I think, is a genuine sort of socialist. If I want to be cruel, and I can be, he's not as bright as Keir Starmer's, but I think his heart is in the right place. That was the problem. He was going to tax the billionaires, and he might have been bright enough to realise we don't need the nuclear industry. He might have been bright enough to realise we don't need the oil industry. He might have been bright enough to realise we don't need the banking industry, which is operated by a cartel that is centrally done from the World Bank. Now, if he put those things together, which he might have done, so how do I succeed? Because I'm working against two things. One, obviously, I've got no viewers. That's not good. But then I'm used to that. I've sort of looked at things around me and thought, well, what is normality? And what's a human being? How unusual. I better hide quickly. Put my window up, I think. And so, yeah, it is that sort of insolver. And I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.